These piglets are raised in industrial settings, often crowded together on slatted floors designed for waste management.
The scale of modern agriculture is evident here, where thousands of chicks are raised for market in highly controlled environments.
Did you know that just one state in the southeastern U.S. discharges over 27 billion gallons of pig waste annually?
And to shorten the rearing time, most facilities have adopted industrial farming models to stimulate rapid weight gain. After only 5 to 6 months of age, each piglet has reached 130 to 150 pounds.
And is ready to be transferred to processing facilities. But with such a massive scale of pig farming, the problem is not just about the meat, but also the waste. Imagine this. You're driving along a road in Duplin County.
But you have to keep your windows tightly closed because the smell of pig waste from over 4,000 pig lagoons.
Residents here have lived like this for decades.
According to a study in 2021, residents living near concentrated animal feeding operations
have a significantly higher risk of dying from heart disease than elsewhere.
But this is also where over 54% of the country's sweet potatoes are grown.
Nearly $3 billion is made from pork each year.
But in exchange, 27 billion gallons of waste is accumulated. Is this a worthwhile trade-off? Leaving the pig barns, we step into another world, more crowded, shorter term, and extremely profitable. The poultry industry. Every day in North Carolina, over 6 million chickens are slaughtered.
They are generating billions of dollars in profit annually.
With over 1,000 farms, in 2023, this state produced 941 million broiler chicken farms. A number nearly 3 times the U.S. population. And an additional 29 million turkeys are produced, making North Carolina the second largest poultry capital in the U.S. It leads in pine tree and cucumber production.
While highly efficient, the scale of this operation also generates significant waste, posing unique challenges for local communities.
Each day, millions of chickens are slaughtered, packaged, and transported across the country.
But hidden behind this is another massive amount of waste.
Up to 2.5 billion pounds.
Some farms have quietly dumped untreated waste into nearby streams and ponds, causing serious environmental damage.
We can eat chicken every day.
but can the environment withstand how we are raising them? Move it, get along now. Up, get in there.
Amidst thousands of industrial farms, few would expect that in the mountains of the northwestern North Carolina,
A completely different world exists, quiet, secluded, and full of surprises. And is amongst the top producers of tobacco, chicken, and pork.
And this is where deer are raised.
Not for viewing, nor as pets.
Each adult deer here can weigh up to 200 pounds.
and they are raised for velvet antlers and meat.
Supplied to high-end restaurants across the U.S.
At a typical farm in Ashe County, around 130 deer are carefully cared for.
Each afternoon, farmers feed the deer hay and grains according to a specific nutritional regimen.
From April to June is the breeding season.
There you go, sweetie. Keep drinking.
Such a good little fawn.
In the first few months of life, the fawns are raised separately to ensure absolute biosecurity.
For these mountain farmers in North Carolina, their deer herd is not just a livelihood, but also a quiet source of pride.
Amidst a world rushing towards industrial farming,
will future agriculture have a place in such models? Or will everything be swept away in the race for production? From container trucks full of tobacco plants to sweet potato fields cultivated for over half a century,
to millions of pigs and chickens, generating enormous amounts of cash flow.
to peaceful deer herders on the hillsides.
All of this creates a diverse picture of North Carolina's agriculture. Welcome to North Carolina.
Both traditional and modern.
But it also poses difficult challenges regarding the environment.
And the workforce required to build a sustainable agricultural system.
What do you think is the most important thing to solve these problems?
Is it technology? Support policies for immigrant workers.
Or environmental protection policies?
Please leave your thoughts in the comment section, as we always read every response.
One of America's most important and controversial agricultural hubs.
From the western mountains to the eastern coastal plains. North Carolina boasts 8.3 million acres of farmland, over 46,000 farms, and a production chain spanning from cultivation to massive-scale livestock farming.
This is the 672 SP, specifically designed for the North Carolina sweet potato harvest. Once
In this video, we will explore the agricultural industries that feed millions of people.
There was once a crop that built North Carolina's economy.
sent farmers' children to college and helped thousands of farms survive for centuries.
This crop is tobacco.
North Carolina leads the nation in tobacco production, a crop vital to the state's economy. But the industry faces
although it no longer leads in production or revenue today.
Historically and economically, tobacco remains a living legend in the fields of the American South. Since the 1880s, North Carolinians have begun cultivating this crop.
And today, the state still leads the nation in flue-cured tobacco production.
With over 200 million pounds produced in 2024 alone. One ounce of tobacco seeds can yield 400,000 seedlings, an incredible number. But in reality, in modern greenhouses today, seeds are sown in January using hydroponics,
before seedlings are transported to the fields in February.
From July to early August, farmers begin the main harvest season.
Large farms now use harvesting machines to reduce labor.
But many families still retain manual harvesting as a generational tradition.
Depending on the weather and crop quality, they can harvest 3 to 5 times per season.
From a crop deeply rooted in tradition and long history, we move on to another protagonist of North Carolina's agriculture.
Not only does it help its people live well, but it also helps the whole country eat well.
This is sweet potatoes.
North Carolina not only produces the most sweet potatoes in the country, but it also has held this top position for over half a century.
In 2024, North Carolina cultivated sweet potatoes on approximately 46,000 acres, accounting for...
When the harvest season arrives, modern root diggers can lift and clean tons of sweet potatoes from the ground before transferring them to the processing plants.
However, on smaller farms, sweet potatoes are still harvested by the hands of hundreds of immigrant workers. North Carolina remains the nation's leading producer of sweet potatoes, a harvest that relies heavily on the hands of dedicated farm workers. The United States relies on the hands of millions of immigrants. If sweet potatoes are the heart of North Carolina's agriculture, then pine trees are linked to the state's proud memories and history.
Previously, pine trees were used to produce naval stores, such as tar, pitch, and turpentine.
And often got tar on their feet. And from this practice, the nickname Tar Heel was born.
During the Civil War, North Carolina soldiers used this term.
And the state began to be widely known as the Tar Heel State.
In modern times, the role of pine trees has changed, but the value has not diminished. North Carolina is now renowned as one of America's leading Christmas tree growing centers. With over 1,300 farmers cultivating on 41,000 acres, producing over 20% of the country's total Christmas trees. In spring, Fraser Fear seedlings are removed from nurseries to fields for planting. By mid-year, trees are grown to 3 to 4 feet tall and are hand-trimmed and shaped.
This is a crucial step to ensure the trees have a beautiful, even conical shape for the holiday season.
As November approaches, thousands of pine trees are cut and gathered, ready to serve the busy Christmas season across the U.S. Leaving the lush green hills and Christmas pine forests for a moment,
we turn to a fresher, crisper, but also more challenging agricultural product. Cucumbers.
Few know that North Carolina is the third largest cucumber producer in the country, with an annual output exceeding over 150 million pounds. Cucumbers are grown on over 8,000 acres, primarily concentrated in loose, well-drained soils.
In modern farms, high-capacity harvesting machines can cut, gather, and sort tons of cucumbers daily.
But not everyone has the financial means to purchase these modern machines.
On smaller farms, farmers still harvest thousands of cucumbers by hand.
And they are facing another threat: a severe labor shortage.
According to a 2023 report, 1 out of every 4 agricultural workers in North Carolina is an immigrant. As immigration policies tighten, many fear the risk of deportation or arrest.
This is causing them to leave the fields gradually abandoned. This is no longer just a problem for farmers, but for the entire food supply chain across the country.
If cucumbers are a seasonal vegetable,
Can you believe that one state can raise tens of millions of pigs each year?
Ginseng generate nearly $3 billion in revenue.
But at the same time, they discharge over 27 billion gallons of waste into the environment.
That is the current situation in North Carolina. The third largest pig farming center in the U.S.
In 2023, the pig farming industry brought North Carolina over $2.6 billion.
accounting for 17% of the state's total agricultural revenue.
Sampson, Duplin, and Robeson counties are the state's pork strongholds.
With several farms operating continuously. Each sow gives birth to 9 to 15 piglets per litter.